Hello, so we are live. So, good evening from the UK. I'm back again in one of my business lives this week, and today I have another special guest here with me today, Elizabeth, and for a change from the UK itself. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you doing?
I'm good, Susie. I am so good. How about yourself?
I'm very well, very well. So before we start, we always like to introduce ourselves. So I'll start with myself. So for those who don't know me, I'm Dr. Susie Jacob. I work as a general practitioner here in the UK. I live with my husband, who's a chef, and my 15-year-old daughter. I work as a clinician and also in management, and I'm also a very proud digital business owner. So over to you, Elizabeth.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elizabeth, as she said, and I am also in the UK, but in Scotland. So
Wow,
I'm on the northern side from Aberdeen, actually.
excellent.
Yes. I have three children with my husband, and my husband works in the energy industry. So do I, and I work in there as a document controller. So, and I'm also a proud digital business owner.
Oh, fantastic. I like interviewing different people, and that's the beauty of our business. We have people, who are professionals, stay-at-home moms, blue collar jobs, and I try to get a mix of people in so that our audience can see that it's not just professionals doing this business. It's the normal Jane Doe and Jane and John Doe who are actually doing this sort of business, like from absolutely no business background, and how who have all built this business from scratch. So one thing I'd like to ask people when they come in for the interview is, and it's because I'd like to know people's perspective, and also it's good for the audience to know, because I get asked this a lot, like being a medical professional, why I joined the business, and I'm sure you're also being asked with your having a good job with your husband, and why are you doing this business? So what do you normally say?
Yes, absolutely. I didn't just get up and walk into it. There was a trigger. Definitely, there was a trigger. Okay, so we all get to some job because we need income to look after our families and ourselves. And for me, I just needed more than an income. I needed more time for my children because I've got a young family. The youngest is three, and
Wow,
I want, yes, it was a COVID baby.
COVID
So
baby.
yeah, so I've always loved the fact that I could, like in the UK, when you have a child, you can take as much as a year to be able to have that time with the child and, get yourself back into shape and into the system and everything like that. And so once I had to go back to work, I started thinking, I've done it for the first, I've done it for the second and the third. I'm like, it's time out. I need to act fast. You know, separating myself from the child was hard. And, because of the COVID period and all that experience of families staying together for a certain period of time due to lockdown, you know, it changed the whole perspective of, separation for me. So I thought it's time I do something for myself, transition gradually from my day to day full time job, and then finally get into it when the time is right. And that was the main driver: flexibility, more time with the family. And then obviously, the income or the earnings becomes a bonus for me. That is the added benefit that we get. Yeah. So that's it, basically, for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a very, that's one of the first perspectives I'm hearing, at least your perspective, because you used to be a working mom, you had two of your children, and you were kind of used to, after maternity, going back. But that COVID period caused you to have a special bond, isn't it? Because you were at home as a family, and you loved
Mhm.
that feeling of being as a
Oh,
family at home, and you just wanted another option to work from home, isn't it?
mhm.
So that
Yes,
you can
yes,
look after your
yes.
children. And also, childcare in the UK isn't cheap. And you have three children. So there's only so much in the pot, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Tell me
There's-
about it.
yeah,
Childcare is
and
killing
there's
me.
only so much hours in the
Oh,
day you can work also,
I know. I
keeping your
know.
sanity, that too.
Exactly. That one. Very true.
Yeah, yeah,
Sanity,
yeah.
you know,
Exactly. And this, whatever, and it's like, in because of inflation, your money doesn't go very far.
is
uh,
nowhere.
yeah, I remember even 10, 15 years ago, what I could buy, trolley is nothing. I can't even buy a quarter of what I used to buy with the same amount, and our
Mm-hmm.
salaries haven't gone up that much compared to, 10, 15 years we're talking about. So, it hasn't. And so I think, yeah, and that comes over to my second question, actually, is like, you know I think people are now, hearing a lot from social media. If they are in tune with social media, is like people always talking about a plan B,
Mm-hmm.
and why a plan B is necessary, and also that a plan B is no longer a luxury; it's a necessity. So, what's your take on that?
Well, you can start from high cost of living.
Yeah,
You see, we are experiencing it even in the UK. It's tough. It's we feel it. It's
yeah,
very strong here in the UK. It doesn't matter whether you're working or not. Everyone feels it. And of course, you're talking about how much you could spend at groceries, and then you could get a whole trolley full, and now not even a quarter. Shrinkflation is also in play. So we need, I needed, I needed desperately to support my husband for the family, and not just for us. We also have other people around us who may be in need that we can also offer helping hand to.
yeah,
How can I give what I don't have?
yeah, yeah,
You know, so the need for me to have a backup as soon as was essential, and I had to act fast.
yeah.
You
Absolutely. And I guess I don't know about you, like, when it comes to the NHS, there's always, there's always, extra work available. But I don't know about you. Are you able to do extra work, or it's there's no, you can't do it. Your job doesn't allow you to do extra work. How does it work for you?
know, the extra work comes when you have other things to do, like maybe when you go offshore, but I don't, because of my young family, I don't do that.
Yeah,
And I like it that way because I want to be present for them. It's essential to be present for the young ones
yeah,
when you have the ability to. I can't allow work to take my place.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then if work take my place, what happens to the children? Television, laptops, toys? No, those things are not parents to groom my children, to bring them up the way that I would love them to grow up to be, to meet the challenges of this world. So I have to be present for them. And so I work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, and that's me done. But that is okay for somebody, but not me. It's not
yeah,
enough for me. And so I had to make that move. It's really essential. I need to, thing is, I needed, I knew what I am looking for. And so when I saw the opportunity, I grabbed it.
yeah, absolutely. And in your
Hmm.
case, at least me being a medical professional, although things are changing quite a lot, I know now there's a lot of problems with GPs getting jobs, like especially I guess in London area is not that bad. I'm from the London area, so it's not that bad. But and I did tell some of my colleagues and things like that. AI is replacing a lot of things like triage work and all. AI is replacing
Hmm.
allied health professionals. Like, I'm sure if you were also trying to see the doctor, you'd probably see an advanced nurse practitioner first and things like that. And that's what they prefer because they're obviously a lot cheaper than hiring me.
Hmm.
So, it's sometimes, it's a very scary thought. And I am so glad that I joined the business when I did, because for me, I don't anyway do extra work anymore. I don't have to. The business has been able to supplement my income even sometimes twice what I earn. So, it's like for me, it's just fantastic. So I never do any overtime. I never have to do an extra. Before, I remember when I planned the holiday once or twice a year, I planned to do these many amount of extra shifts so that I can pay off for my holiday. There's nothing like that anymore. And I
No.
do this year itself, I went 4 or 5 holidays abroad also, I've done. And before that would not have been possible. And yeah, and my complete lifestyle has changed. And like what you said, in your case, you have no option of doing an extra work, isn't it? uh,
Mhm,
and your income is stagnant. It's that's it for me. Like as GPs, we are not getting as much job opportunities as before, especially in other areas of the country. So because AI or other allied professionals are doing the job now. So it is high time people kind of open their eyes to this reality that this is the
mhm,
world is changing,
mhm,
and we
mhm.
need to have not one, not two, but multiple streams of income. And that's what
That's
people
it.
in our community do. We start the
Mhm,
business and then we invest into other things like
mhm,
property or stocks and other things, and that's how
mhm.
you can build your empire. And like what
Yes,
you exactly said, a lot of us, you know give back to family, give back to community. I'm sure you give back to your parents and back home and things like that. And there is a bit of expectation sometimes in certain cultures, isn't it? I know some
yes,
of our Filipino business partners, they always talk about it, the expectation when Filipino workers are abroad. And I guess it is very culturally ingrained that, oh, you're abroad, you need to give us money. It's an
mhm.
expectation, isn't it?
It is.
Or,
It
you're,
is.
or you're that bad child if you don't. So whatever your reason for starting the business, so these are the things, like it is a reality today. And the other thing is, as long as you're in a job, there's no job security. There's no thing as job security. If your
Mhm.
company is going under, if your company is going under, that's it.
Yeah,
You're out. So there's
yeah.
absolutely no job security.
Mhm,
People thought medical professionals, doctors, who had job security, but in today's world, I'm really, and because I'm seeing it firsthand, there's no job security because machine learning, AI, other allied professionals are all taking over.
yes. Everyone's is a threat.
Yeah,
Everyone.
everyone,
Because,
everyone.
yeah, in talking about losing your job, there is no security that tomorrow you're going to have your job. Things are changing so fast. People are trying to keep up. Companies are trying to keep up so fast. And so if someone is not there today, there's a replacement immediately. Just last week, we found out one of our clients, unfortunately, was going to administration. And then my
Wow.
heart sank
Oh,
because look at this time of the year. This
I know.
is critical. This
Yeah,
time of the year,
yeah,
these people are going to get redundant. They
yeah,
may get a certain amount to take home with them, but will that be sustainable?
yeah. Yeah, and it's like
These
Christmas
are
time, isn't
realities.
it? It's such a
You
bad
know,
time to be, and that's
it
where
is.
that's so. And you've heard of Google and other tech companies just laying off people, isn't it? Left, right, and center. And the other thing people don't realize is sickness, illness. There might be they might pay for you for a week or two or whatever. Certain jobs may be a bit more generous, but what if you're on long term sick? I know people who have, because one of the things I do in the community is long COVID. So I have people in my list even who's had COVID in past 3 years and have not been able to go back to work. They've lost their job, they've lost their identity, because and they don't, there was so much only the employer could keep them in their books, isn't it? At the end of
Mm-hmm,
the day,
mm-hmm.
it's a business,
Yes, it
and they've
is.
lost everything. They've lost everything.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's absolutely crucial in today's world to have that extra passive income, where you don't have to be a system that works behind the scenes, so that whether you're on holiday, whether you're doing your 9 to 5 or whatever, I sometimes get money into the bank when I'm sleeping, when I'm on holiday, when I'm not working at all. Now itself, the business is working for both of us in the background, getting,
Mhm.
money coming into the bank. I couldn't, I didn't even, if 5 years ago or 4 years ago, forget four, even, or, before COVID, if anyone had told me, like, you can earn money without trading your time for it, I'd think you're high on something. I'd say you are really
Exactly.
high on something. And, and
Exactly.
we've been taught the only way you can make money is you have to work hard. And now I
Mm-hmm.
think of it, if all of us who are really, like nurses, doctors, we all work really hard. So the amount of, hard work we've put in, we should have been millionaires by now if it was through
Yeah,
that,
because
which we
it's
are not.
physically draining.
Yeah,
Physically draining.
which
Yes.
we're not, isn't it? The other thing, when people are thinking about business and all, for every business there's a bit of investment that comes in, and that sometimes puts people off,
Mm-hmm.
venturing into the business space. And what I feel, and is more than being having the resources, being resourceful is very
Mm-hmm.
important. So how do you think, what are your thoughts about that?
Love this one. Do you know, myself, I was never a social media person. And here am I looking for something for myself. And all the great ones I am seeing, all the ones I'm seeing good potentials with, it's online, online, online. And look at me. I am not a social, I don't want to put my face out there. So what am I going to do? So I took a step back, assessed my situation again, and I had to, it's all about mindset. I had to be prepared mentally that this is what I want. This is what I've been presented with. Am I ready to go for it? And then I said yes. And so I went to Facebook. I came into this business without any knowledge about. I do have knowledge, but not that I've been using it. So I experienced it so much with social media. This business is the one that brought me to Facebook. I was never into Facebook, but because I was willing to do something for myself. And so I started learning. I got into Facebook, and then I went to do the next step and then the next step. And I am here. I have a business page. Sometimes I'm amazed at myself, all the things I'm able to do. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, okay, I did that. Oh,
yeah,
you see? And I would never have been able to do those if I had never challenged myself
yeah,
and not decided that, okay, I don't have A, B, C. What am I going to do to get them?
yeah,
You know, I
absolutely.
had to take that step.
Yeah,
Think. I used my brain. Let the brain work. If you don't allow your brain to work for you, someone else will use
yeah,
it for you. That's what I say. That's what I tell my kids. And that is true. And so I decided searching. If you don't search, you will not find. I started looking, I started asking questions. And these are key things. It helps a person to become resourceful. If you don't have a resource, it shouldn't make you um, a dormant person. If you don't have a resource and you think I don't have, so I cannot do, in other words, you are entertaining laziness. Allow your brain to work. You'll be amazed at the impact, the results that will be bringing you. Because I didn't have, I thought, oh, okay, I've seen how this business is. What am I going to do to raise the capital I need?
yeah,
There
absolutely.
are various options. If I buy a car today, the value goes down because it is a depreciating asset. And I'll have to buy fuel into it. I have to service it. I have to do all sorts of things. And every time I'll be doing that, reinvesting back into the car, that will not have the same value at the end of its life. And I thought, okay, how about a business? If I get into this business and I invest, if it was the same amount I was going to invest in the car and I invest the same amount there, I know it will be yielding because I could see the huge potential with this business. I saw it, and I could, I saw. the testimonies people were giving, I could see how people were winning. So if others have been able to do it, I can do it too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how can I tell I'll be able to do it if I'm still staying out? And so
Yeah,
I decided to take both feet in, jump into it, and start learning from there. And here I am. Yay!
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
it's
Made me
exciting.
smile what you said about social media. I got into Facebook because my parents came into Facebook. It was that bad. I started having WhatsApp because my parents were in WhatsApp, and I was like, well, I need to grow up. I remember because I do teach medical students. So I remember during COVID, obviously nobody, so we had to teach online. I had to do some recordings and all, and I absolutely didn't know how to record. I didn't know how to, what to do with the camera, how to edit. And I still remember my daughter saying, "Give that to me, mommy." And she was doing something in iMovie for me. I had not a clue. And this was a person, I'm just saying, during COVID 2020. And now I do video, I edit almost every day because I do some kind of videos or something like that. The personal growth because of this business, the confidence it has given me to actually talk in front of a camera, it's changed my life. It's more that it's not just money, it's the quality of life also. um, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for the financial aspect, but I'm more grateful for the person I've become today, all because of the business and our very helpful community. I just put it out like, and I'd like to interview someone, and you just came forward like, and that's how our community is, isn't it? We are there to help
Mhm.
each other, there to support each other, advice, everything. And we are such a giving community, and I just love our community, and that's why we are one of the fastest growing communities in the online space. Is
Mhm.
just because we are very helpful, and we are there for each other with all the training, weekly
Yeah.
masterminds. I have done training with other people like Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi. Like, if you pay something, it's maybe like for 3 months you might have, but this is indefinite. It's lifelong masterminds weekly. I've never heard of this.
Mhm.
Things getting updated, our systems getting updated. It is
Yeah.
mind blowing, the all
Mhm.
what we have, and without an ongoing membership fee, that too.
Yeah.
It's
Not like,
absolutely amazing. So
yeah.
you'll have to think
Okay.
of the whole picture, not just like, and if you don't invest in yourself, unfortunately, you're not going to grow, and
No,
someone's going to take over. And that's what's
definitely.
going to happen. So
Mhm.
anyway, thank you. I loved your answer. Thank you so much. And
Okay.
before we conclude, is there any last words you'd like to tell our audience today?
Yes. For all the business owners out there, keep pushing. Don't get distracted. Distraction is there. Do not give attention to it. Focus on the goal. Keep your eyes on the prize.
Absolutely.
You see people's testimonies and you are not there yet, and you are wondering, will you ever get there? Yes, if you put in the work. Yes, if you put in the effort. Be consistent. Be present. If you have questions, ask. We were talking about resourcefulness and resources. Resources are not available, but they are inside you. You determine how you are going to explore it and let it work for you. Get in touch with people, ask important questions that you need answers to. Then you move on from there. Keep working at what you are doing and do not give in to challenges. They will come. They are there to strengthen you to be better tomorrow. For all those who are sitting on the fence is not a safe place to be. Be careful. You will fall. Make sure you allow us to guide you straight into the business. Allow yourself to be guided. Prepare yourself to learn. That way, you can move from learning to earning. Those you are still thinking this is a scam, well, we will keep winning and we will keep rubbing our successes in your face. But we are also kind enough to tell you it's not too late. Come on in. We will show you the way because we are all ready to guide you. That's all I'll say for now, Susie.
Oh
Thank
wow!
you.
I think you've covered everything. That was a fantastic answer. I think you've covered all people who are business owners and who are, thinking about the business and whether this is for them. So thank you so much,
Thank
Elizabeth. It
you.
was a pleasure to
Thank
have you. So if any of you want to get in touch with us, get in touch with, wherever you're seeing this, video being played, whether it's in Elizabeth's page or my page, wherever, get in touch with us. It doesn't cost you anything to find out the details, and just check it out. If it's for you, it's for you. If it's not for you, at least you have given it a go. And that's
you.
all what we're asking. Just check it out. Really. It's changed our lives, and I'm positive it will change more and more people's lives. So
Mhm.
until next time, everyone, God bless and take care. Bye bye for now.
Yeah. Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye bye.